Hey, I'm Nate Savage with GuitarFam.com, where it is our mission to help you play the songs you love with the people that you love. Now, as far as fingerstyle goes, do you feel like your progress has slowed way down or maybe even come to a screeching halt and stopped altogether? Well, in this video, I want to share 7 tips with you that have helped me see very good and measurable progress with my fingerstyle over the years. I know that fingerstyle guitar can feel very complicated, and sometimes, we don't even feel like we know what to work on to progress to the next level. And that can be really frustrating. The last thing I want for you is to be stuck on a plateau or run the risk of getting frustrated and quitting altogether. So hopefully these 7 tips will encourage you, because I believe that you can do it, and keep them in your back pocket. You may need one now for a plateau or for one in the future too. Before we get into these, I want to invite you to a special live fingerstyle workshop that we're doing that covers the 4 main areas of fingerstyle that every guitar player needs to address, whether you're beginner or advanced. All you have to do to attend is go to guitarfam.com/fingerstyle workshop. The link is below for you. Pick the date and time that works best for you, and we'll send you the Zoom link. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you there and getting your fingerstyle to the next level. Number 1 is be consistent. And this is number 1 for a reason. It is the biggest thing that has helped me with any progress that I've seen with fingerstyle guitar. If I take a couple days off, I notice it. If I take a couple weeks off, I feel like somebody just kneecapped me and I have to start over again, right? And when I say be consistent, I'm talking about over a long period of time, like 3 months, 6 months, a year and a half. Don't measure things in weeks or even necessarily months as far as looking at your progress. Commit to 6 months or a year and then look back on it, and you'll see how far you've come. And even if it's only 15 or 20 minutes a day, 5 or 6 days a week, you'd be surprised how much that adds up and how much progress you can see. And number 2, and this one isn't number 2 by far, it's narrow your focus. Now, I love all different styles of music, and when I'd give private lessons, especially the first one, I talk to people and they're like, I want to learn fingerstyle, but I want to learn the blues too. But, I really like, whatever it is. I want to play in church also. And when you divide your time over that many styles of music, it's like Bilbo Baggins. You're going to be butter spread through too thin over some toast, right? And you're not going to be very effective for any of those. But when you narrow your focus to primarily one style, in this case fingerstyle, you're going to put more energy into it, and you're going to notice a bigger amount of progress in a shorter amount of time. I'm not saying, quit the blues altogether, but I am saying put in your dues, put in your practice time with fingerstyle before you even think about doing anything else. Number 3, focus on accuracy. And by that, I mean just put a little bit of dedicated time to some exercises that are outside of a song to dial in either your thumb accuracy, or your finger accuracy, outside of the context of a song. Because what happens is if you go in and try to start playing a really complicated song, it's going to be very frustrating if you don't have the foundational skills of thumb accuracy and finger accuracy, even fretting hand accuracy too. So for example, if you're working on your thumb this month, spend 5 minutes just working on your thumb accuracy, right? And you'll notice a big difference when you go to play something more complicated. And kind of the flip side of that is, at least for your picking hand, is to work on your finger accuracy. And this falls into kind of a category of warming up. I just put a video out on my favorite warm-up exercise. That's a really good one to incorporate, just as kind of a primer or a warm-up in your daily practice routine. But if you do that and work on accuracy outside of the context of songs first, you'll be warmed up, calibrated, and dialed into your guitar, and your practice time with songs will go much better. Number 4, develop the basics through accompaniment patterns. Now, one of the biggest things I hear about fingerstyle from my students is, man, it's so hard to jump into a song like Freight Train or something that's really complicated, and it's demoralizing because I can't even play it. I don't even feel like I have hope of playing it within a year. One thing that can really help is to just start learning fingerstyle patterns. Something as simple as rolling or a 4-step pattern. And learning your basic coordinations to those types of things. It's going to do a couple things. Number 1, it's going to give you a tool to where you can play along with other people or play along with songs, which is fantastic. You can, you learn 5 accompaniment patterns. You can kind of improvise with them throughout songs and actually play music. Number 2, it's going to develop your basic coordinations and accuracy that you need to play more complicated things like Freight Train or whatever other, a fingerstyle song is running through your head right now. Number 5 is learn songs. And by this, I mean a couple of things. Number 1, pick a couple of your favorite fingerstyle songs that you want to learn that are your hill to die on songs that you're going to learn no matter what. When you do that, that'll help you take your technique and your basic foundational skills up to the next level. And to kind of tag on to number 5, I would say that it takes longer to learn a fingerstyle song than you think. Almost every student, I will say every student that I've ever had, and myself included, it takes me longer to learn a fingerstyle song than I initially think. So if you think it's going to take you a month to learn a fingerstyle song and have it down to where it's performance ready, don't be surprised if it takes you 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, however long it takes. The important thing is to be consistent with your practice. Again, nail your focus, all these tips we've gone over so far, and just really choose the songs wisely that you're hilted on songs. Even if I get sick of it, I'm going to learn this song. Number 6 is perfect practice, not slow practice. I hear people all the time, oh, you have to practice slow, and that's true. But inevitably what happens if I just go in with that mentality when I'm learning a song, I still make mistakes, even though I've slowed it way down. And instead of shooting for practicing slow, shoot for practicing and not making any mistakes. And what you're going to find out is that you end up practicing way slower than you would if you just said, oh, I'm going to practice slow. If you aim for 0 mistakes, number 1, you're going to practice slower. Number 2, you're not going to be programming in mistakes, and that will lead you to learning the song faster. It may feel slow at the time, but you may get a really complicated fingerstyle song down in 3 months instead of 6 months. Number 7, lighten up, and I mean that proverbially and literally. If you're playing a fingerstyle pattern and you're really digging in, it's very hard to be accurate. If you lighten up, number 1, it's easy to go faster. Number 2, it's much easier to stay accurate too. So if you find yourself digging in too much of your fingers, or just playing too hard, or being stiff, or like that, it's very hard to be accurate. Lighten up. And that'll make getting through patterns or other songs a lot easier. And as far as a proverbial way to this, lighten up, have fun. One of the things that can make things fun is using the accompaniment patterns we talked about and using those to learn your basic skills. That way you can go along and play with music. You don't have to wait until you can play, the full version of Windy and Warm or something like that, something that's real complicated. Don't forget to have fun, lighten up. This is a lot harder for everyone except for Tommy Emmanuel, than they make it out to be. And it's a big skill that has to be developed over time. Now, you may be wondering where I came up with these tips, and I gotta tell you, it was right out there on the porch as I was kind of struggling and going through the gauntlet of learning fingerstyle for myself. And I've picked up tips similar to this over years from YouTube videos, teachers, and things like that. But these are the things that have worked best for me over the years. And I would encourage you to remember them, write them down. I'll put them in a PDF for you so you have them. And just read them every day and see if you can implement them into your practice time over a sustained period of time. I guarantee you'll get good results. Okay, don't forget to sign up for the free fingerstyle workshop. Just go to guitarfam.com/fingerstyle workshop or click the link below. Pick the date that works best for you and we'll email you that Zoom link. Hope to see you there. Bye.